there's a lot to this. Like, I am ready to unpack some shit at 7 in the morning. Welcome back to y'all's favorite show, where a sleep-deprived maniac talks about subjects they don't fucking know about. I got an iced chai with almond milk and pumpkin soft top. Also, it's raining! Ah! It feels like fall. I feel very happy, even though my seasonal depression is making a comeback. Anyway, my hair looks crazy, I look crazy, and we're gonna talk about someone that's actually fucking insane today. This episode of Car Key is going to be talking about Colleen Ballinger. I have a lot of words. I just kind of word vomit on here. I don't have a script. I'm the most fucking unprepared YouTuber to exist. With that being said, we're gonna dive into a really heavy and sensitive topic. There's this really big YouTuber, Colleen Ballinger / Miranda Sings, who is questionable. There's so many fucking videos that explain the situation in a much better way than I ever could. The victim that spoke out on Colleen's group chat with minors and doing inappropriate shit with minors, their name is Adam. They released a video in 2020 explaining everything that happened. Colleen made an apology, but a lot of people, including me, I know, we'll get into that, kind of took Colleen's side. She made it seem like it was not as big of a situation as it was. I just blindly followed her still. The situation didn't go away, and it's never gonna go away. The people that don't support her anymore are not easing up, and I don't think we're ever going to. And I fucking saw this video this morning of her singing at LAX. I love when rich people struggle. Okay, let's give a little backstory on myself. In like 6th grade, whenever I was 11, I gained unrestricted access to YouTube, and you know, you can really tell. Colleen was one of the people that I watched, but I think more specifically at that time, I was watching Miranda Sings, and then in middle school, I started like moving more towards her like personal content. Whenever she started vlogging daily in 2020, I was watching daily until she stopped like a few months ago. I was just kind of blind to the very inappropriate things that she was saying on her channel, because in a way I grew up with it, like through watching her, you know, which is an issue in itself. After she got called out by Adam, I was like a little sus. Side note, I think everybody's in love with me because I got a little heart. The baristas drew me a little heart. Who does that? Unless you're in love. Like I was saying. What was I saying? But I still supported her, which is so fucking stupid. I give myself the ick sometimes with my past. I started noticing how in her videos, she would like over-explain herself a lot. I think it was pretty evident that she was trying to cover up something bigger. In every single vlog, she was like, I should be canceled. I'm gonna get canceled. Please don't cancel me. Like, bestie, you did that to yourself. It was kind of like reverse psychology in a way, pushing so much like, I'm so awful, cancel me, that we're like, no, you're perfect, you're lovely, you couldn't do anything wrong. She can. Everybody can. That's why I think it's so fucking dangerous to worship strangers. Putting another person that just is a regular person who films himself above you is weird. What I said sounded kind of harsh. I didn't mean it in like a you should be at fault if you worship a YouTuber. I just mean it as like, it shouldn't really be normalized. I don't mean weird as like an insult. I mean it more as like, we shouldn't be doing that. You know? I just wanted to clarify because I know it's just like so ingrained in our like generation that like influencers are some like celebrity. They're not. They're just regular people. But yeah. I hope you're enjoying so far. Right? I'm no better than y'all because I film. You know? I'm better in other ways, but that way, no. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and there was a period of time where I like got very annoyed by her. All the content she was producing towards the end of her career was bugging the fuck out of me. I think it was just because I got so sick of like, oh, I'm so awful. Why does anyone watch this? I'm so boring, haha. I feel like an issue that I have, even if I have a comfort YouTuber, I don't want to lose that. You know, if Lil Simsy stopped posting today and never came back, I would be distraught. And it was just hard to imagine never watching Colleen again. Now I love it. I feel so free. I don't have to watch children being exploited on a daily basis. It's a life. I don't know why I film these in the morning because I literally can't think. Like, my brain is running off of Play-Doh flavored chai right now. I was just in denial that this person can be a really awful person because I didn't want to stop watching her. I feel like a lot of people might go through that. I think it was while I was in Galveston, honestly. I was like, hey, Colleen hasn't posted in a while. And then I looked up her name and I was like, oh fuck. Like, what's going on? I am in the Colleen Snark Reddit. I do not recommend supporting the entire Ballinger family, which brings me to my next point. Wow, I'm so good at segues. I'm literally so prepared. I want to talk about exploiting your children for views. This is a topic that's like actually very blurry to me. I often think about like what my channel would look like if I had kids. If I'm worrying about this made-up scenario, I'm sure that that's pretty hard for like actual YouTubers to come to terms with. And I'm not defending Colleen. Like Jillian, I'll put her shit right here because I think did build a following from her son. There's so many videos on like dating the life of a teen mom. Is that not inherently exploity? Is exploity a word? Because I kind of like it. I kind of fucking love that word. But if you're making videos centered around your baby because you know that people will watch it, that's exploiting, right? I don't know actually. Now why you gotta pull up right next to me? I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up and give him a run for his money. She's so brave. Sorry about the lighting shift. It is the brink of dawn. I don't even really know what that means. What was I saying? Oh my fucking god. In my mind, it's really hard for me to understand the difference between like using your child for views and just being a YouTuber while you have a kid. I feel like Zoella is a really good example. My mind changes every second of the day. Nothing I say right now, you should ever hold me accountable. Actually, oh my god. See like that bullshit that just came out of my mouth? What I'm trying to say is I'm open to learning new things. If Zoella turns out to be this very awful child exploiter, I won't fucking support her. My mind is throbbing because it's so fucking blown right now. I don't know how to navigate it. And that's why I think I gave the entire Ballinger family like the benefit of the doubt. And I was also a child whenever I started watching them, so it just kind of became like routine. And like as a child, I think it's hard. I'm not a child anymore. But I'm saying whenever I was, I think it's harder to recognize other children being exploited. And that's an issue that we even have to. With that being said, I started watching the Ballinger family in probably like 2013. I remember so vividly a video that they made about their daughter's period. They either deleted it or it's a figment of my imagination. It's so sad thinking about all these kids that just aren't going to live normal lives because their parents put their entire life on the internet is sad. This turned into like Colleen is fucking insane to like the ethics of putting your children on YouTube, and I don't know where this is going or how we got here. I'm gonna circle this back to Colleen because I feel like we got a little derailed. I feel like I'm not the person to be talking about this right now, so I'm going to go back to what I know, and that is unfortunately Colleen Ballinger. Sorry, I just remembered her ukulele video. Bitch, what was that? And then in SWOOP's, should I get into SWOOP? In SWOOP's interview with Josh, whenever he was like, she was sitting on the bed playing her ukulele. I mean, I lost my mind. I literally screamed. Am I gonna get into SWOOP? Everything I'm talking about happened months ago. I am going to get current for once in my fucking life and kind of talk about the shit that's going on with SWOOP and her documentary series on this. I'm gonna try to summarize it. Summaries are like my weak spot. Like in school, don't tell me to summarize because I'll sit here and ramble for 30 minutes about shit I don't know about. You know, if you asked me to summarize, I would say, what was I saying? About 10 times. SWOOP is this YouTuber who is covering the whole Colleen scandal and has been interviewing people that were directly affected by it. I believe SWOOP interviewed Johnny first. And Johnny, okay, see, how the fuck do I summarize this? He worked for Colleen, but he was also like obsessed with Josh. Johnny's whole thing was like, Josh me. From what I know, he didn't even really talk about the Colleen situation. He just like put all of his focus on Josh. SWOOP did an interview with Johnny and basically called him out on all of his bullshit. Every single ounce of his bullshit called. It's like a theory on the Colleen Snark Reddit that like Johnny was like in love with Josh and is just bitter that Josh isn't in his life. But yeah, Johnny was getting all this attention while they were victims of Colleen that didn't have the voice, and we'll talk about that actually. I should have fucking prefaced this before, but Josh is Colleen's ex-husband, and she allegedly, I think, cheated on Josh with her now husband, Eric, if they're even still married. So Josh just kind of like disappeared off the face of the earth for a little bit until this whole situation came out. Swoop did this interview with him, he kind of got to tell his story, and Swoop also called him out on his shitty behavior, and this is where it gets blurry because I don't actually know what I believe is happening. Don't listen to anything I say, but from my knowledge, Swoop interviewed Oliver, and Oliver is this kid who was involved with Colleen's brother, Trent. Trent was like very disgusting towards Oliver in ways I really don't even want to discuss right now. The fact that it's not getting media attention because Trent isn't this big ass YouTuber is wild. It's wild, and it's sad. I think a lot of people were really counting on Swoop to give Oliver that platform, and she didn't. She said that she's not going to publish the interview as of right now. I feel like if you're gonna do this entire documentary series on the Ballinger family, you can't just overlook the people that aren't trending on Twitter. You know what I mean? I feel like in that regard, Swoop really let a lot of people down. I really feel for Oliver and fucking all of the victims. There are so many more victims besides Adam, Becky, and Oliver. Like, I feel like we can all kind of agree, like, she is scary. And I've actually had nightmares about her recently. I'm not even joking right now. I will have dreams where like she starts posting again, but like I'm seeing her in real life and I'm like, bestie, go away. I'm scared of her. Like, and I'm not trying to make a silly little joke out of this very serious situation. Am I having a stroke? It's just a lot and it's heavy. So many people are covering this that it's like, what I say really doesn't matter. I feel like y'all are here for the derangement. I'm here to give it to you. That's the tea with that. It's just wild to me how the Ballinger family and Rachel, which is Colleen's sister, the Ballinger family consists of Colleen's oldest brother, don't quote me, and his wife, and then they're like 7 kids. I don't know. Fucking disgusting how you can watch all these people come out about ways that your family has traumatized them and you just keep posting like normal, and in fact you're deleting comments that give anyone a voice. Like, hello? It's really sketchy as fuck. Can I talk about one more thing, and it's tying back to the child exploitation? Hi! I'm sorry, I just came back into consciousness. So excited to be filming a car key. I feel happy here. This is like my literal safe space. I'm going to shut the fuck up, but keep talking, you know? Anyway, I don't understand how parents can post their kids online and any hate directed towards the parents gets deleted, but weird and creepy ass comments for literal children, the parents keep it. Everyone sees the issue, right? And I just feel like every single person should just collectively stop following these people, but that's not gonna happen, unfortunately. Literally makes me sick to my stomach whenever you look up Ballinger family and their kids, like sexuality and like periods and like dating life pops up as like the suggested search. I could throw up. I could throw up. I left it on a really heavy note. My head hurts. What was I saying? Let me know what you think, because it's a lot, but I am actually curious, like, people's stances on having kids in YouTube videos, like, period, at all. Like, I'm talking even Zoella, I'm talking Jillian Mercado. Is that okay? It's hard living in a world of creepy ass people. That's enough for today. Don't order a chai with pumpkin soft top from Dutch Bros. And unfortunately, this is the only time I'm gonna say this. If you're gonna get a pumpkin chai, go to Starbucks. Also, if y'all want a pro tip, if you want a chai with pumpkin spice, but you also want shots of espresso in it, is ask for a pumpkin spice latte with chai in it. Because a shot of espresso is $1, the syrup is 70 cents, and you'll get like multiple shots of espresso. You're welcome. They fucking pay us the same regardless. That's my cue to go. Bye. Goodbye.